Hey everybody, welcome to the next project. Today we are back on the Epiphone 355 Reneck and overhaul mod project series, episode 7. Oh boy. We have got a lot going on today. We've got a new vibrola style tremolo system, or vibrato system, whichever you prefer to call it. We've got a center line figured out. We have got the vibrola stripped down to its skeleton form, marked out where the mounting holes will go, and we're doing a top mount. We're not doing an end mount, so it won't be screwing on by the end pin. We are drilling our holes appropriately sized for whatever screws we're going to be using, and doing a little bit of a countersink to the top surface just for fun. There's a countersink bit, just to clean things up. I'm going to pre-thread all of the holes. I kind of recommend that to anybody else. Don't wait until you're putting the thing together to thread the screws in. Pre-thread everything, and then actually you can go back and soak the holes with some super glue. That will help harden up the body wood, especially if you're using like maybe a poplar or basswood type body. That's not the case here, but anyway, so we're putting it together, slipping on the trim handle and checking it out. This is kind of an interesting, almost a super simple style trim system. Kind of cool. Vintage looking. Time to do one of those things I almost always forget to do until it's, almost too late. And that is adding a ground wire access hole for the bridge or tailpiece. This guitar shipped with a ground wire running to the stop tailpiece originally, but in the configuration that we're building now, we're not going to have a stop tailpiece. So I'm going to drill a hole, we'll run a wire to the bridge posts, life will be good. There'll also be a ground wire running to the inserts for a stop tailpiece, so in the future, if this guitar would ever get refitted again and a tailpiece goes on, there'll be a ground wire there as well. Oh yeah, some sanding. Yeah, I bet you thought I wasn't going to do any sanding. Man, there's always sanding to do, and we got a lot of sanding. Sanding and resanding. Well, one of the strange things or interesting things, or what, I don't even know what to say about it. This guitar, the plan has changed a couple of times, and that's okay. I like it. I like the challenge. I like learning new things and working our way through the process. This guitar originally was just going to get touched up with this color. I was going to mix a color and touch it up, and we're going to be done with it and move on. But I talked to the owner and I said, we've got all this work going on. There's a lot of repair and a lot of touch-up needed now. Would you like to change colors? And he was like, yeah, I think we will. So he bounced around a few different color ideas, and we have settled on a new color scheme, which you won't see today, but it'll be coming up soon. So in preparation for a color scheme change, I am prepping the body as far as I can go. Sanded away a lot of the original finish and a lot of the original sealer that is on this guitar, and we'll be reapplying new sealer to the body because we do have a raw mahogany neck, and I also need to smooth out the transitions between the body and the binding and all that good stuff. So doing a lot of prep work here. We've done our sanding, doing a little scraping of the binding, getting it cleaned up, getting the surfaces nice and smooth and tapering together. We want to avoid any of those little pinholes that you see sometimes on guitar bodies that have binding. We don't want that. We want it to be slick and clean and cool when it's all done. So that means a lot of work, a lot of sanding. So much sanding. But it's going to look good. Actually, it's looking pretty good now. If we wanted to stain this body, there would be a whole lot more sanding because there's still sealer soaked into the body plies, so that would be a bad idea. And yet more work to do before we are ready for sealing, and that is to verify our neck thickness. We want a finished neck thickness of right at 1 inch, give or take a hair. from the first fret all the way up to the 12th. Right now I'm at 1 inch 4 thousandths at the first fret, 1 inch 8 thousandths or 8.5 thousandths at the 12th. So I did a little bit more hand sanding to clean that up and get it closer to or just a hair under 1 inch. Here we're cleaning up the heel, getting the shape and taper of it all worked out. Going to do some sanding, get the transition worked in nice. Want to make it feel good. And take a quick look at the original neck to see what they had done. We will be moving the heel strap button location up onto the heel as far forward as we can go. Not doing that yet. We will get there though. But right now we're focusing on getting everything to feel good transition-wise from the body to the heel and from the sides of the body into the heel, and a lot of little fine-tuning stuff. If you think it's good and you run your fingernail across it and you're like, oh, I can still feel it, it needs a little more sanding or scraping or chiseling or whatever, maybe a little bit of everything. Well, we're doing a dry fit of the 355 Reneck project. It's looking really good. I did have to touch up a little spot in the binding right there. That's why there's a band-aid on it. But we've got the tuners in, a temporary nut in place, which is not perfectly cut. It's just a hair high, but it's good enough for this simulation. All the strings are on it. Our string paths are really nice along the neck. I've got about 6 thousandths relief in it. I've not adjusted the truss rod at all. That's just string tension to 6 thousandths from a neutral truss rod. So went from flat, loose truss rod to strings on 6 thousandths. Have the vibrola skeleton clamped in place, strings on, roller bridge in place, and a surrogate temporary pickup. This is not the pickup or pickup ring that's going in the guitar. Simple output jack, no controls otherwise. It does tune, it plays, everything is good. I've got did quick chromatic runs and then bends from pretty much the 12th on up. Really the only problem I'm having is my low E, it'll be 21st fret, 21st, 22nd fret. There's a little buzz on the low E is all. Everything else is playing well. I'm at 1 millimeter all across at the 12th, so that's a good starting point. We will be doing a flat level and an understring under tension level in a little bit, but I wanted to do this step so I can move on. I'm going to tear it all apart now. Tint the binding and then shoot some sealer on the body. And then the guitar will be protected, really. The neck and everything will be good. I'm really happy with where it's at the moment. I need to keep moving, though. I'm way behind schedule on this guitar. Should have been done years ago. As we continue the next project. We will be adding a little bit of color tone, to the binding. And before I do that, I need to prep the fret ends just a little bit, so I can address the edges of the binding along the fingerboard. So even though originally I didn't think about this, as I was looking at it going, what do I have to do next? This idea popped into my head. Even though we haven't done our fret work yet, I need to get the fret ends close to where they need to be so I can tint my binding and then get it in sealer. I seem to take steps sideways and back and turn around in circles a bunch of times, but this is an evolving project and process, and I really don't have a navigation chart on what I should do next, so I just kind of wing it and make it up as I go. Step back, look at it, and go, oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do that. Oh, I have one more thing to do before I can sand it, or one more thing to do before I can tape it up to paint it, or spray it, or seal it, or whatever. Oh, a lot of little work to do. So many steps, but it's feeling pretty good. That's kind of nice. Okay, so if I'm really lucky, I've got all my prep work done, so now I can tape it up and get it ready to spray some sealer. You can see I have a little bit of a band-aid on the binding there. I had to do a little bit of touch-up on that as well. Now we're taping off some of the cavity or the control holes and the cavities. We want to make sure that the sealer isn't just blowing through and coating all over the inside of the body. So I'm taking time and trying to make sure that I am plugging holes so the sealer doesn't just float around aimlessly and stay in the inside of the body where we would be able to see it later. We have mixed up some acetone and some trans tint dye to tint the bright white binding, giving it just a little bit of a vintage or amber color and a vintage cream color. I really don't know what to call it. Vintage color. There you go. We'll just go with that. Using an airbrush to apply it. And the nice thing about this, if you do shoot it on and you're like, that doesn't look quite right, just take a rag with a little bit of alcohol on it. You can wipe it off and do it again. Here we go. We have some easy sanding sealer, high build stuff. It's a polyester product mixed up in LVLP gun. That's a low volume, low pressure spray gun. We are shooting the sides of the body and the neck. We're going to end up giving that about 3 coats and give the front and the back of the body just 1 coat just to help tie it together. And then, I shouldn't say it. A little spoiler alert. There's going to be more sanding. We're getting the sealer sprayed on, and this is really just to help fill the wood grain on the back of the neck and also fill the transitions between the body and the binding on the sides and the front and the back eventually. There were a few little divots from the factory that I had to work at to get taken care of on the binding. So it's looking pretty good. Going back around, hitting it again. I think I was giving it about 20 minutes in between coats, letting the sealer set up good, get nice and tacky before I shot on another coat. This is a catalyzed product, so you mix a hardener with the sealer and you got about 25-30 minutes pot life, and then it starts to gel in the cup. So you need to use it and then clean it out. Don't mix more than you need, but also don't mix, short of what you need. Guess appropriately. I didn't lie. I told you there'd be more sanding. And this is really just to bring the sealer that I sprayed down, cut a lot of it off, but using the sealer to fill the pore in the back of the neck, the wood grain, also to help level out the binding with the sides of the body and the top and back a little bit. So a lot of sanding. I think I was using 180 grit paper for most of this round, so fairly aggressive paper. Got our first round of sealer on the body and the neck, 3 coats on the neck and the sides of the body, a single thin coat on the front and back. It's really all we need there. We'll be doing a bunch of sanding here in just a moment. And then what's going to happen? Well, let's see. After we get it all sanded, we will be doing probably another round of sealer on the sides, probably the back of the neck. Need to get the headstock ready for inlay and color. At some point, we're also going to be addressing the frets. We did an initial dry fit string up, and we really only have one problem right at the 21st, 22nd fret on the low E. Everything else was great. Pretty low action too. But we're gonna do a flat level, set the truss rod, set the neck with the truss rod perfectly flat, run a beam over it, knock down any high spots there may be, which won't be much. Then we'll do an understring under tension level, so we'll string it all up, get it so the neck is under compression and under whatever flex it may take on, axial around the truss rod, and then compression under string tension, and all that stuff. I'm kind of pretty much just added that to my setup process as far as doing any fret work, and it doesn't just get a flat level. It gets an understring leveling as well. It's like the icing on the cake. A little off topic. We need to get some sanding done here at the sanding channel. And we are pretty much done with our second round of sealer. Hopefully our final round too. Ooh, I almost forgot. Need to spray the access cover. Yeah, don't want to go home without doing that. That'd be a mess. going to call it a day, and then I was like, you know what? I've been putting off doing that mother of pearl headstock stuff. I should just jump in and do that. Why don't I do that? Let's do that right now. Well, we've kind of reached the end of the project for today. We've got 2 rounds of sealer sprayed on the body. It's looking really good. Next, we'll be doing a number of little things. Actually, pretty much from here on out, it's a number of little things. We're going to be doing a flat level on the frets, which won't take very much because we only had a little spot on the low E at the 21st, 22nd fret. So that should be minimal surgery. We will be doing a lot of sanding again. Sanding. Gonna put it together one more time, another dry fit of everything, and then do an understring under tension leveling, which has become part of my normal process like this. Whether you like it or not, I'm gonna do it. So after that's done, we'll be doing our final prep and getting it ready for paint. And we are doing a new paint scheme on this. Well, I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna have to come back and find out. But it's not gonna look like it did when it arrived, and it's not gonna look like this. Ooh, a lot going on. Well, anyway, thank you very much for hanging out with me through this episode. I greatly appreciate your time. Please, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel. That would be great. That'll help. Hit the thumbs up button. Lets YouTube know you like this kind of content. Lets me know too. Ring the bell for future notifications. Do anything else like that you can. Share the video, share the channel if you're on various forums. I'd appreciate that. Come back and visit more often, and also leave comments. I love hearing from everybody all around the world. Until next time, take care of yourself and those around you. Bye.